This part of the video will begin shortly, so just take 5, go to the toilet, go make a cup of coffee or tea, fetch a biscuit, take the dog for a walk. No, don't take the dog for a walk. Hey up, and welcome to the video. Just look at this morning. We're on the Roaches. You might hear in the background the dulcet tones of Eddie Skelson, and we're at the start of a collaboration project we're going to do. It's Eddie's idea, so if it all goes wrong, we'll give him the credit. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to iconic Peak District locations, and we're going to take the iconic shot, the shot that everybody takes at the location. So here at the Roaches, I'll show you the composition in a minute once I've done this intro, but I'll explain the menu of these videos we're going to produce. So we're going to come to iconic locations. We're going to take the shot, we're going to talk you through that one shot, settings, composition, lens we're using. Then by the magic of video editing, we're going to nip back to the computer and edit the shot. Just a quick edit, not half an hour. We don't want to make these videos too long. Then we're going to go on to the second location. Second location today is going to be Luds Church, and I've never been there, so I'm quite excited about that. So this morning we've got no sunrise, no sunlight. We've got this low cloud hanging, and it's making it very atmospheric. And we're thinking, as we was walking up, we was thinking it's black and white day, isn't it? Now I take my images in RAW. I'm not sure whether Eddie's a kind of JPEG kind of guy. I've got your microphone on, do you know?
I've got your, yeah, I can hear you. But I can just edit that out, you see.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh, from this channel?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just kill that channel.
There you go, that was nearly a filming that went wrong.
Wanker!
What we are going to show you in this video is outtakes, right? If we end up with, yeah, we might do. No. So we might put some outtakes in, because when we are out, we do have outtakes that we've not shown you previously for various reasons. So let's get on with the photography. God, we're in for a morning, and we've only just started. So let me show you my composition, because the thing about photographers is we see things very different. So we'll see compositions in a slightly different format. Eddie is perched up slightly higher up than me, so his shot is going to look different. I imagine he's zoomed in by the looks of it, but because it's our first attempt at this project, things might not go smooth. So let me talk you through my composition. We'll put some video up. I'll walk into it when I can and point a few things out, and yeah, enough talking, let's get some photography done. So let's talk through this composition. We've got this layer of rock here coming in from the right. There's a little bit of green grass as well. There's another line here coming in. Then we've got the classic ensemble of rocks here on the right hand side of the image, and I like how the rocks are standing out against the low cloud. If we come this side, we've got some rocks here hanging around in the base of the shot. We've got the wall coming down, and then the gap in the wall where there probably was a gate at some stage. If we look in the gap, we then go up onto the path on hang cloud, which we cannot see, but that's not too much of a worry, because it's giving us a bit of an atmospheric shot. So that's my composition. We'll go back now and edit it, and we'll see how it comes out. I'll do it in colour and black and white, and yeah, we can decide whichever we like. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is apply remove chromatic aberration and enable profile corrections to this raw image. And this is a full-size raw image from the Nikon D850, and as you can see, it looks dull, it looks drab, it needs some colour and some light injecting into it. So that's what we're going to do, and the first thing we're going to do is lift the shadows, probably there to round about there, plus, let's go plus 50. And with raw files, you really have to be heavy on the sliders because you're trying to bring out a lot of that information and detail. We'll push the whites up to 40, plus 40, and the blacks we'll take to minus, let's go minus 20 on that. Okay, so what we're going to do then is, I want to do something with the sky because it's just bright white. Can we make the sky a little bit more interesting? Let's have a look. So we'll apply a linear gradient from the top, probably just to there, that'll do. And then we'll do plus 100 on dehaze. As you can see, it adds texture into the sky and some grain, but we don't want that. And there's also a sort of a brownish colour on the left hand side, so we'll push the saturation down to minus 100. That puts it back to black and white. We want to soften that sky as well, so we're going to take the clarity down to minus 100, and we're going to take the texture as well to minus 100, and that's now softened the sky, and we've got a bit of a darker shade on this left hand side, and it's just so it's not plain white. Okay, we have got some dust spots in that upper corner, so what we're going to do now is crop the image because I want slightly less sky in there. So I'm now happy with the sky. It's not looking so white across the top there. So next, let's come back to the top panel again. We'll just push the exposure up a little to make that a little bit brighter. We'll put plus 10, we'll go plus 10 on the contrast there. With raw files, you do have to punch a little bit of colour in, so vibrance, I normally go plus 20 or plus 30. On this occasion, we'll go to plus 20. And then these colours here, the browns, I want to enhance those a little, so we'll go minus 10 on the orange hue, and we'll go plus 10 on the orange saturation, and that just brings out that. In fact, let's just go a bit more. We'll go plus 15 on the orange saturation, and that just punches the colour in a little bit more. What else do we want to do? Let's just sharpen. So with sharpen, I always go on my Nikon D850 raw files, I go to plus 60 for the amount, I go detail 40 and masking 40, and that just gives a really nice level of sharpening. Let's just have a look at the image blown up. You can see the nice detail in the image there. What next? Is there anything else we want to do? Well, I want to bring the highlights down, right down to minus 100, and that's just going to reduce the light in the sky again, which I like that effect. And what I want to do now is just finish off by just increasing the exposure to there, back a bit, to there, to plus 0.65, and we can see the histogram is looking nicely balanced now, and I am happy with that image. We've got lots of detail, we've put colour in, and we've still got this misty background, and we can see a little bit more of hen cloud. Let's just look at the comparison. If we press Y on Lightroom, it gives us the before and after, and you can see here how drab that raw file looks. And often with raw files, you've got to understand the potential of where you can take it with the processing, and I'm absolutely happy with that. I'm not going to make it black and white. I think there's enough colour in there in the greens to make the image work. And after this, I export it to a file, save it in a file, then I open it in Photoshop and I apply a border. Okay, so the file's open in Photoshop, and I've got an action here that I've recorded to apply a border. So I click on my border, click on the play, and it adds in that border automatically. And that's how I like to present my images 99% of the time, with a border. And the reason is I'm so used to looking at photographs, and photographs always have a white border. And I've got a little bit of this rock in at the side here, and it is in focus. If it's not in focus, I'll focus stack it. It should be fine. In the middle of the shot, I don't want to make too many footprints. Middle of the shot, we've got this rock here, and then we've got this kind of water trickling down, giving this sort of brown coloration in the floor. And that's the only thing that I can try and get some balance in. And the rocks this side, the rocks that side, that rock there in the middle, and then this light brown stream of water coming down. Be interesting to see what Eddie comes up with, because we're not looking at each of the shots here that we're taking. We'll only see them when the actual video comes out, but he is quite close. He's got his tripod probably a foot away, but you only need to be slightly different focal length, slightly different crafting of that composition, and it could be a totally different looking shot. Plus,
I'm a foot away because some twat's taking up all the room.
Really challenging to get an iconic shot here, really challenging. And what Eddie was saying earlier, I don't know whether you heard it, but you do need somebody walking down there to show the sheer size of this place. But I'm going to stop now because this rain's intensifying.
Gentleman said you'll take us there.
Yeah, we'll do a shot of all of you, don't worry. Yeah. very bright behind you.
Sullivan.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Thank you very much. That's probably the best photo I'll ever have.
Right, I've took a few shots here. I'm going to have to decide when I go back to the computer which one is going to be my iconic shot of Luds Church, because there's a few variations and until I've processed them I just don't know. So let's go back to the computer and look at this one, or 2 or 3 or 4, who knows, we'll see. But what a place this is, what a place this is. Much harder to photograph than I thought it was going to be. Okay, that was a very difficult location to photograph, and you often find this, you go to somewhere new and you try and get something and you don't really succeed and you need to go back for a second visit. And for me, Luds Church is definitely going to have a second visit, because I think the second time around you kind of see things different, and when you come back and you review the images and you think, yeah, there's a shot there, or you see the video, and certainly at the entrance when we went in there was a shot there that I never got back to because the rain came down. So I don't think I've come away from there with what I'm going to call an iconic shot. I maybe got close. We'll go through some of the images I did take that I liked. I won't show you the processing, or the video time will go through the roof. So let's have a look at some of these images. So this one, for example, vertical shot, 14mm, got this nice rock in the base there, and the idea was to try and show this location wide, to show the walls and the sky. So that was my initial intention. So this shot I quite liked, with that rock in the foreground. I then did a horizontal version of this, bringing the wall in on the right hand side there. We obviously had the invasion of people, which was very welcome. So I took a shot with some people in. I then did another variation with that rock and I put it to the right hand side. And it was actually the last shots that I took, and I went back and put the wide angle lens on, and this shot was at 14mm, placing some rocks kind of in the middle at the bottom, and then getting these walls converging from either side with the green moss on and the textures of the moss and the rocks there. The V of the sky doesn't help the shot, so here's a version with a sky replacement in, and that's probably what we'd want. We'd want some dark cloud in there to try and fill that void, that V. This part of the video will begin shortly, so just take 5, go to the toilet, go make a cup of coffee or tea, fetch a biscuit, take the dog for a walk. No, don't take the dog for a walk, because we're definitely about to start. We're just waiting for his lordship to set up.
Listen, when you've got nearly 1,000 subscribers, you've got to prepare for this kind of professionalism.
Nearly.
You know what I mean? You'll start addressing me as Milady as well, if you don't mind.
I'm a bit worried, Milady. Who am I? Parker. Now let's see, Parker's a chauffeur, isn't he? He takes people around and finds locations.
I'm not that old, mate.
So, Tag there, it was fantastic. It was so nice, we passed it twice.
Don't fall over. 600 quid.
Exactly.
I'm even tempted to look.
It does look a bit high. Why is it so high?
Because it's high.
Because that gimbal will go anywhere, won't it? It'll face track, your gimbal will.
Yeah. Drop it down a bit.
Sorry if this video is going to be so long, but we thought we'd show you everything.
Just think if it's going to hit the floor, it hasn't got as far to go. Alright, that'll do. Why did you think go like that?
Looking at you, not sitting on my knee. Right then, so we've got a camera here,
Yeah, we're good. Well, I just wanted to sort of get your feelings on the day and the idea of what we're doing in your own inimitable language, you know, the way you enunciate certain aspects of the language is sort of joy for all to hear.
Well, I think it's...
Do you enjoy it? Do you think it's a good idea?
Yes, I think it's a really good idea, and I particularly enjoyed Luds Church because I'd not been there, and I'd got it in my head yesterday. I'd watched a few videos there, including yours, your easy walk, and in my head it was like, yeah,
easy.
Going to be simple there, wide angle, pointing up, getting the canopy in, getting all the rocks and everything, yeah, and it just didn't work.
Expectations, isn't it? Setting your expectations before you get there.
Yeah, so then I had to ditch that idea and start some real work on getting the composition, but yeah, it was good, and I think to do it like that, to talk through the composition, take the shot, go back and edit, which in theory we've already done, or I've already done.
Yeah.
You're showing the whole thing. You're showing the process that I think often in our videos we miss out, because we go somewhere, we take the shot, we put the image up. That's it, we go on to the next shot. So this is a bit different, but it has been good, and I think yeah, we've took that shot at the Roaches before, but today it was different. But that was challenging because the cloud was coming in. You were moaning about the cloud, and I'd already took my shot, but it was good because it was real life, as it is in photography, and you just can't, you know, the sun's trying to poke out now while we sit on these stones, and that's what photography is. And you see a lot of videos on YouTube.
1,000-year-old stones were sat on, just so you know. Nothing but the best backdrops for us, is there?
Yeah, and to get here, we had to drive a long way, but I won't mention that.
We hope you've enjoyed this. Now it'll be over both our channels. You know, we're spreading the content because we want to buy a yacht, and
I'm happy with a rowboat.
What we want to do is listen to what you think. Would you like to see more of it? Because we've got a list of iconic shots in the Peak District.
It's like this.
A huge list, yeah.
And it's getting longer.
And these are places, so we kind of know our followers. I know a lot of my people, you've already been to the Peak District, you've been a lot of the places that I've been to, and I know some of you are very accomplished photographers, so you've shot these places.
Some haven't.
But do you like seeing what, you know, our eye, how we take on these? Do you think it's a good idea that people go back and take the iconic shots? Do you think it's just there's so much of it around they shouldn't bother? I wholeheartedly disagree with that. I think you should absolutely, especially if you're new. And then if you are good, if you're, you know, an accomplished photographer, then I think you should be going to do these shots to show what you can do with it. So anyway, I think it's a win all round. But I'd love to know in the comments, let me know what you think of this, you know, just generally the way we've done it, Craig and I. If you agree that you should go and take the shots. If you don't, please let us know why. No one's going to give you a hard time. Well, maybe other subscribers will, I don't know. But
we'll just go to Wales then if nobody likes it.
Although you know, we've got a plan ahead, and we're thwarted only by weather, but hopefully that's going to change soon. But I do hope you've enjoyed this. I've really enjoyed it. It's always great to meet up with Craig, and we've not seen each other for a while. So we put the world straight, don't we? And then we go off and do our own thing for ages. And you know, and I'll extend my welcome to anyone that I see out there who wants to chat. As always, you know, it's great to meet you. If you've enjoyed this and you aren't already a subscriber and you want to see a bit more, there's 2 channels here to play with. You've got Craig if you're having trouble sleeping, and then you've got myself if you want something. And the thing is, you put two photographers together and you'll see 2 different pictures. So theoretically today in these videos, because you've already seen them,
that there'll be differences in those images for sure, because we all have different eyes. We're all wired slightly different. We see things different. I would probably take those trees over there, whereas Eddie might just take the detail in this rock, or vice versa. It's just the way it is. It's the way we wired. So I've certainly enjoyed this. I know Eddie's enjoyed it. We had a bite to eat at the tea room.
Yeah, good.
At the Roaches. Then we went to Tag Dairy for an ice cream. That was nice as well. Then we
burned off and straight back on us.
Then we went for a drive around the countryside, Derbyshire.
You have to calm down. You're getting hysterical now. I took a wrong turn.
Sat nav Eddie.
Yeah, it took us another 4 minutes to get back here. I mean, come on. Right, so there you go. Yeah, thanks for dropping by for this. I don't know if we're going to add anything, but you'll see edited. Each channel will be different, of course. But thanks for stopping by. Craig Yates Photography, Eddie Skelson, Peak District Photography. More to come, and we hope to see you soon. I feel like Emma Thompson.
And we're not putting the dancing bit in.
You need to cut that.
Okay, don't know where I'm going next, not sure. As we just said there, Wales is on the horizon now, so it might be 2 weeks away, so there might be a little film somewhere in between, and we're going to photograph some rocks now. So if you know of any sat-nav courses going that Eddie can do. Right, thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you like this content. Give the video a like, pop a comment in the bottom. Do you want to see more of this, or do you want this to be the first and last video that we're going to make in this? Okay, we'll see you later on the next one.